Shalom. Shalom. All right, Shalom. Shalom. It's your brother Tazadak coming back with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the hope of the elect. But before I do that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity and in diligence. Shalom. All right, and as you can see, the hot topic of the week right now is, the lake of fire, because, you know, it, you have different, camps. Well, it's only one camp that's basically saying that, the lake of fire is not uh, Babylon. It's not America, right? Saying it's like a river or some sort like that. Okay, so but that's untrue. And uh, prophecy tells you that the lake of fire is Babylon the Great, which is America. You see, so Lord willing, this is edifying. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. This is Revelations 20. Hold on, let me check the screen to make sure we on that. We locked in with that to make sure. All right. So okay, so this is Revelations. Oh, dang. All right. So this is this is Revelations 20 and 12. All right, it says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. All right. So it's not talking about, how Christian church like to explain that the Lord's standing there with a book in his hand, like, yup, see you, XYZ. You see, you wasn't. No, it's not talking about books. See, it's the judgments that's gonna come down, right? It says, and I saw the dead, right? These heathens, right? 2/3, okay? Because the heathens are known as the dead, and 2/3 without this understanding, is known as the dead too, you know, which that's in the book of Baruch about the dead, about the nations. Okay. Nevertheless, it says they and the dead were judged out of the thing out was judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works, right? Uh this is Revelations 11, right? This is Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were very angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, right, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Okay? You see, because it's also written in the book of I think it's 11, 2 Corinthians 11, and no, that's not it. Maybe First Corinthians. Let's try 1 Corinthians 11, or maybe 5. Let's try 5. 1 Corinthians 5, and that's not it either. So let's try correct that. 2 Corinthians 5, because I tried 11. So let's see. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 5:10. It says, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad." You see? So the books were open and they would judge, right, out of the things which were written in the book according to their works. You see? And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they would judge every man according to their works. Now, you're gonna have people coming out of the sea. You're gonna have people, that rising out of these graves, to either feel the wrath of the Lord or the deliverance of the Lord, because this will happen, man. Because you gotta understand. Also, when at the time of Yahweh, these people came out of their graves too and lived full lives too. You see, and would judge every man according to their works. You see, so it's going when on the return of Yahweh Shah, it's gonna be major. It's gonna be some things going on, man. All right, but we tapping into this lake of fire right now. So look, check it out, right here. It says, "And death and hell were cast in the lake of fire." This is the second death. Now, if anybody with a brain would understand, Christianity says that uh, hell is the lake of fire. So if hell is the lake of fire, how can you cast hell into the lake of fire? You can't, right? See, this is talking about, it says death and hell were cast in the lake of fire. See, this condition, this captivity that we in here, on earth in America, right? This is our hell, man. In America, the place that aligns, and coincides with that strange woman whose philosophies leadeth unto death. Okay, this place is going to be cast into the lake of fire. That's what this is talking about. You see, and death and hell were cast in the lake of fire. This captivity, this condition that we're in, we're to see this no more, right? This is the second death, because what was the first death, right? Is when the Lord sent the flood, all right, for disobedience. You see, but in this second death, this is where, right, uh 2/3 are gonna find themselves, 2/3, and everybody uh in these heathens, that are here in America. Okay. This is the fate of America right here. The second death, right? The indignation of the Lord. Because America is going to look like the lake of fire due to ICBM nuclear missiles, which is the second death. Because in the second death, right, when you go up to verse 6, it says, "Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection," right? Those that are called up to Yahweh Shai to meet him in the air. On such the second death has no power, but they should be priests of the Most High and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Okay, so verse 15, it says, "And whosoever was not found in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire." So the lake of fire is going to be all the way from the whatever's at the tip up there in the all the way to the right, from what you want to call it, New York, right, to the corner, all the way down to the corner of what you want to call uh, California, to the goddamn Florida, to up to Washington, whatever. This place is going to be a lake of fire, man. Okay, full of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? And 2/3 will find themselves there. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you wicked men, wicked children, wicked women. All right. And you're not going to be able to deal with that. This is the wrath of the Lord. Watch this. Revelation 6, right? Revelation 6 and 17. "For the day For the great day of his wrath is come. And who shall be able to stand? So who shall be able to stand, the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man? You know, so in Revelations 20 and 14, it says, death and hell was cast in the lake of fire. That's going into America, this place, our captivity, this place being cast into the lake of fire, being destroyed, right? This place that, whose philosophies and the wine of this place would lead it unto death, man, linking to that strange woman, okay? Not no uh river, this picture that they, had plastered up there as if though, because the people, the guys that did this, they called themselves uh, Genesis. They came out of that off of Al-Azhar, right? They left the camp of Al-Azhar, and right these Deacon, what's his name, Deacon Destruction Mode and Hassad, I believe that's their names. I don't really keep up with them, but they're going off about that, saying that Babylon is not the lake of fire. Like I said, prophecy tells you, all right, and shows you that Babylon is the lake of fire. And that's exactly, what we're about to get into to prove that Babylon is indeed the lake of fire. The names of the Lord is indeed. This is Jeremiah 49 and 13. It says, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes. You see? So it says Basra, right? And Basra is the capital of Edom. All right. But what's interesting is that it says what? All the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. So all the cities of Basra, like all the cities, right, that land, right, shall be a perpetual waste. All right. So let me just see something right quick. Let me see something. Right. Perpetual goes into olam, right? A long duration and antiquity, purity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old and ancient time, long time, forever, always, continuous, existence, perpetual, everlasting, indefinite, unending future. All right, so it can just continuous existence, unending future, eternity, right? So it says the cities shall be a perpetual waste of Basra, right? Which was the capital of Edom. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to ask Chat GBT. And that's what I did. I asked Chat GBT. And so when I asked Chat GBT, I said, is Basra still inhabited today? And Chat GBT, and I'm talking about Basra biblically, it says, yes, Basra is inhabited today. It is important to clarify Basra you're referring to because the name appears multiple historical and biblical contexts. Basra, right? So it says status today. Yes, it is inhabited, though it's a small town or village. There are also archaeological ruins there from the Iron Age and later periods, but it is inhabited. Okay. So I'm gonna keep reading. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her to rise up to her in battle. All right. See, Basra represents today America, if you will. You see, For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. And I just watched a video the other day where um I think it was a Moabite. He was saying that nobody trusts America. Nobody trusts America. You see, verse 16, thy terribleness had deceived thee, and thy pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shalt make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, says the Lord. And Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that go by shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Look, this right here, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither the Son of Man dwell in it, which is the same exact judgment, right, for Babylon the Great. You see, it's the same exact judgment for Babylon the Great, and we're just gonna just go right to the next chapter. Look, it says words, verse 1, chapter 50. The words of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans, right? So you have to understand history. Ancient Babylon was not destroyed by fire. Ancient Babylon was just conquered. That's it. Conquered overnight, right? Real quick. And you know, is I don't understand. I seen a brother post video with this deacon dude face up. It says trying to reinvent the wheel in 2025, I believe. And you know, that's spot on, bro. Like, hey, teach what was taught, man. Like, this is simple, you know. So, but real quick, Daniel's 5, Daniel's 5, and let's see, Daniel's 5 and 30. And in that night was Belshazzar, the king of Chaldeans, slain, and Darius the Mede took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. So it was just conquered. That was it, man. So when we talking about uh bending the bow and being destroyed by the armory of the Lord. Speaking about Babylon, it's talking about a virgin daughter of Babylon, right? We're going to get in there. See, look right here, verse 14. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon around about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. And when you read Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, you know, it taps into that. You know what those arrows is, and we know what those arrows is. Those arrows are the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. All right. So just real quick, just to jump to show you, right, that same judgment. Look, this is Jeremiah talking about Babylon, right? Jeremiah 50 and 39. Therefore, wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell there, and it shall be no more inhabited forever. Right now, Babylon, ancient Babylon, which is known as Iraq, is inhabited, right? So this is talking about a future Babylon, which we know through the spirit that this is America. Babylon the Great is America, okay? That whore that sitteth upon many waters. It says, it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there. Is this not the same judgment we just read about Esau, Edom, and Jeremiah 49 right here? You see? And we started up here, and it was identified bringing out Basra. You see? So Edom and Babylon, you know, you Babylon the Great and Edom is linked. You know, Esau, Edom, you know, he's ruling, you know, Babylon the Great, right? Let's go to Isaiah 34. This is Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea," which is the Greek way to say Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So these people are cursed of the Lord, man. Right? Let's see what it says in the NLT, verse 5. It says, "See, for when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom and the nations I have marked for destruction." All right. Babylon is going to get that judgment, man. That ICBM nuclear missiles. And this is going to take Esau, Edom, out of rulership. Okay. So, verse 5, verse 6. "And the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and the blood of the lamb and the goats, and the fat of the kidneys of ram. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra." You see? "And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks and the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." Okay, so this is the day of the Lord's vengeance. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. "And the stream thereof shall be turned into a pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, just like how he did what? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? "And the land thereof shall become burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched nor day or night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, and none shall pass through it forever." Okay, but look at this. "But the cormorant and the bitter shall possess it, and the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it." See, this is the same judgment for Babylon the Great and this Esau Edom, because real quick, real quick, you link them two together in Psalms 139. This is no. Okay, it's not Psalms 139. Let's try Psalm 37. Right. This is Psalms 137 and 7. "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." Right. And you can check this back in history, right? Whenever the Edomites helped the Babylonians, take us down. Look, but it says, look, "Remember the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, daughter of Babylon." Why does it say it's daughter of Babylon right after his naming Edom, right? Because these Edomites were being rulership, man, right? The kings of Babylon are Edomites, man, who ought to be destroyed. Happy is he, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. You see? So it says back in Isaiah 34 and 11, it says in the middle of it, it says, "And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness." So he shall stretch out the line upon it, right? Of the line of confusion, because you're not gonna be able to tell, where Louisiana was on the map, right? You're not gonna be able to tell, where goddamn uh Kansas was at, or um Ohio. You're not gonna be able to tell none of that. You know why? Because this place is gonna be burnt down to the foundation thereof, man. All right, this place is gonna, inherit the wrath of the Lord, man. You know, the Lord really gonna do a great work, man, because that's what it says in Jeremiah. What it is, Jeremiah the 16th chapter? Jeremiah the 16th chapter. Let's see. Jeremiah 16 and 14. All right, so this is Jeremiah 16 and 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north, right? And from all the lands where he had driven them, future prophecy, and will bring them again into their land that I gave their fathers. See, Esau Edom is jacked up. He messed up in the head right now, bro, because I mean, especially these Christians, they're like at this point, that's why you got all these videos coming out about the Hebrew Israelites, because you know they're afraid of that judgment. Like in their mind, like what if what they saying is true? I mean, we seeing all these things. What if what they saying is true? Hoping that we're wrong about something. Sorry, we're not. Right? We have the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, and you can't upset prophecy. You can't make the Lord a liar, right? He's giving us the true understanding. So those guys, those Genesis guys, you're wrong about the lake of fire. The lake of fire is indeed Babylon the Great. So look, let's go back to that Isaiah 34 right here. Remember in 8, it says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Now, if we go to Jeremiah 51, right? Jeremiah 51 and 6, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, right? Still talking about this Babylon, this daughter of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her in recompense. You see, huh? Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her, so she may be healed. And that's just not what's going to happen. You know, you see, this place is going to be destroyed. You know, like the Lord did Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. That's the judgment. That's the judgment of Babylon. Look, you see what it says right here. And Babylon shall become heaps and dwelling place for dragons and astonishment and hissing without inhabited. Okay. Now look, I'm gonna go to the book of Revelations. Watch this. And this is, through prophecy, we're showing you that Babylon the Great is gonna be utterly burnt by fire, right? As the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now watch this. This is Revelations 14 and 8. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is falling, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of her wrath of fornications, right? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast or his image or receive his mark in his forehead or his hand, right? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, right? And in the presence of the Lamb. There go that fire and brimstone again. Talking about Babylon the Great, right? The lake of fire. You see? Let me see what's going on right here. Oh, Salaki. I'll look the brother. Shalom, brother. Yahabashim Yashabarakatah. This is the brother Nasi, motivational journey Nasi. It said Revelations 18 and 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, right? Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon shall be thrown down, right? And shall be found no more at all, man, right? It says that mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, man, because, hey, bro, this place is going to be overthrown with much violence, right? Much violence, you see? like a great millstone. And you already know that Yahweh Shai, is also known as that stone cut out with cut out cut out without hands, right? You see, because it's through Yahweh Shai that this place is gonna be overthrown, man. All right, so let's go to Revelations 18. Revelations 18. So the water for that precept, brother. This is Revelations 18, and remember in 14 it says Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen. Now watch this. Let's go to here. Deliciously. Look. Verse 9. It says, no, look, verse 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, utterly, completely burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. You see, and standing afar off for fear of torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So this is the future of Babylon. That is the lake of fire, which is going to, be of ICBM nuclear missiles, where, like I said, wicked men, wicked women, wicked children. Because when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, you had children being born, women being born. I mean, children being born, women, uh, off in adultery, men off in adultery, ideology. I mean, going on, worshiping other gods and things going on. Yeah, all that was going on, man. And all of that's going on here today in Babylon. All right. The Great, which is known as America. So this is the place that's going to feel the wrath of the Lord, man. And prophecy tells you Babylon is going to be what? Utterly destroyed and made desolate, right? You see, because Basra represents um America, man, right? It said it's Basra said the scripture said it's going to be utterly waste, right? So it's not talking about that's a future prophecy, man, right? But Basra is linked to Esau Edom, and Esau Edom is linked to Babylon the Great, man. So this place is going to be nuked off the face of the earth, man. So, that's pretty much, all I got on that. So, Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom.